What's unique is that all of their presentations have been about student engagement, and that is our whole problem of practice. With Appalachian Leadership Lab, we have a group of people, and you can go ahead. I want to introduce who I have with me. I'm Denise Johnson. I'm the Director of Curriculum and Instruction for Letcher County Schools. I have with me Tyler Watts, who is a first grade teacher at Letcher Elementary. Miss Wendy Madden Rutherford, who is the principal at Letcher Elementary. And then I have a high school teacher with me, Mr. Josh Tyree. He teaches high school social studies at Letcher County Central. So we're a district team, and we come across our problem of practice theory of action as a result of our instructional rounds. Our district uses the instructional round process, and we visit every school twice a year, and we look at the data that we gather there and realized that student engagement was the issue that we needed to attack. Kids were doing everything that we asked them to do. We just need to change what we were asking them to do and up that level of engagement. So doing some research around student engagement, we found the engagement wheel, and I'm going to let my teachers and Miss Madden tell you about that.
Student engagement wheel, like Ms. Yont said, she came across this. It's just a little flip book full of ideas, just different teaching ideas, and within that, in one of the pages, she found this wheel. This is a copy of it. I don't know if you all might want to come and move around so you can, yeah, come on, move around here. The wheel is divided into 10 spokes, and each of the spokes has a topic on student engagement. For example, if you look here, students use hands-on technology to enhance their learning. Well, we've heard a lot about that today already. Class was given time to self-reflect during the hour. So we've done a lot of work in terms of, as principals, the principals in our district have done a lot of work using the wheel with their own walkthroughs, working with different teachers on different spokes of the wheel, asking the teachers to self-assess themselves within the wheel. And our goal today was to, through this project and our problem of practice, was to figure out how we could make this wheel the most user-friendly resource going in our district right now. Like Ms. Shant said, it reflected in our data that we needed some more engagement, and our teachers were saying, how do you want us to do that? We put kids in groups, or we give them manipulatives. You know, what other ways do you engage kids? How can you hold them accountable, engage them, and make it meaningful in a way that is going to increase student achievement, ultimately increase student achievement?
So the way that we wanted to make this wheel user-friendly and interactive for all the teachers in the county was to basically take the 5 parts of the wheel that we thought that would be the most important to us as far as our needs for student assessment in our county. The 5 spokes of the wheel that we chose were teach the class self-reflection, group work, technology, and hands-on. So those 5 spokes of the wheels were divvied out to all the elementary schools in the county. Then to the middle schools in the county, the same 5 spokes, and then the same 5 spokes were at the departments in the high school. The same 5 spokes went out to all these schools. We asked the schools to leadership teams, or however they wanted to do it, would be to take these spokes and come up with the best ideas they could, the best teaching strategies that could correspond with their given spoke of the wheel. So once we did that, we developed a template to give out to the schools, and once the template came back to us, it would have the title of the strategy, what spoke of the wheel it corresponded to based on what spoke they were given at their school, and the directions to the strategy, how to use it, examples, websites, anything that they could tell us about that resource. We wanted it in that template. So with this engagement wheel that we created, we have our county website is assigned to this QR code. When you go to our county website now, you have those 5 spokes of the wheel listed on the right-hand side of the departments page. It'll say group work, and then it'll have 15 strategies of group work, and it's the exact templates that come to us from the teachers. So when you click on this, or when you scan this QR code, it's going to take you to a document that's going to have all of those shoved together into one PDF form. So if you want to scan it on the go and flip through them all at the same time, it's really easy on the eyes because the template's really strong and it's bold. You don't have to scan it though. You can click on the link. The link will take you to the same PDF format. So you can access this from your computer, or if you had a hard copy hanging on your wall, you could scan it. All of these do the same thing on the outside of the wheel, but the one on the inside takes you directly to the, like I said, the county website, and it's got them all listed individually. So instead of finding just a Teach the Class link with one PDF document of all the strategies that we come up with, you're going to find the individual strategies listed into links, such as Blogster, Plickers, Kahoot, and then you click on that and it's going to take you to what you need. And I'm going to hand it over to Josh.
I think the thing that we're trying to do is take something that's really good and make it really practical, because I know when I came into the classroom, I would see things like the engagement wheel and say, man, that's awesome. Now what do I do with that? Like, I realize I should do that, but how do I do it? So level one is I think what we've tried to approach this year is a basic set of strategies to do each of those things in the classroom. And that was my argument, that even the skeptical teachers in the building will try something if you go the next step and say, here are things you can do to make this happen. And so then hopefully this will be a growing project that we can add more strategies to in the years to come, but then also go on to... Yeah, when we got the strategies, we didn't just take strategies and just throw them on the website. We actually met together as a team and then brought in Jennifer Carroll from KVEC, and we sat down and read through each of the strategies individually, and some of them made it onto the site, and some of them went back for feedback, and some of them got recycled, and that's okay, because we really wanted to give the best strategies to actually make this happen in the classroom to teachers rather than to just throw things out there.
Well, I wanted to go back, kind of piggyback on one thing that Josh said. As a principal, one of the things that it really helped me to see was kind of a window into how my teachers were thinking. You know, we talk in PLCs about different activities and different things, but to look, when we went through that vetting process, to look at the quality of the strategies that were coming in from all the schools. You know, we got to see kind of where we were as a district in terms of, you know, some schools stood out with having really talented ideas or real innovative or real outside-the-box ideas. Some schools, it showed, I don't want to say a concern, but there was a challenge there. You know, they were not as far along as other schools were in terms of technology or engaging activities or, again, thinking outside the box and doing some things. So it gave Ms. Yance some feedback in terms from the district level, working with particular principals to help them coach their teachers. So this is kind of spidered out, I guess is the best way to say it, in our professional growth assessment system, you know, our evaluation system, or you're thinking about TPGES, you know, there's so many different ways that this is connected in with the framework in how we're able to use the information that we gleaned throughout this process so far for her to use at the district level with principals, and then for principals to use with teachers. And it's even going to follow up this summer. One of the things that we've realized as we're going through this, one of the things that we realized is, like this summer, we're going to have to do some work with our principals on what's the difference between differentiation and scaffolding. You know, because there is a difference in scaffolding a lesson and differentiation of a lesson. So that kind of came out through this conversation. So those are the types of things that we're going to do to take it to the next level. But as you can see, our next steps in the process, and like Tyler explained, we've got the QR codes on there with those links. So our teachers can click right on that as they're planning a lesson, and the principal might say to them, or maybe your professional growth goal is about integration of technology. So right there, you're going to have 15, 20 strategies immediately that you can use to help you if you're afraid of the computer and afraid to use your projector and you're just not good. At least you're going to have a go-to starting point that somebody thinks is a really good idea. So it's gone through, like we said, the vetting process. But our next step is to create videos of those strategies in use in the classrooms in our district. You know, we could download a video of something here and there, but we want our teachers. You know, we were in a session a few minutes ago during breakout session C where a district was talking about the talents in their district, and they had created a Google Doc with all of the talents of the teachers, like who's really good with technology. So they had this teacher's name on there and a link to them, and this teacher was good with this, and I thought, what a great idea, and that would be something, it kind of goes along with what we're doing here, but we're going to create videos of our teachers actually using these strategies and then link those videos. So not only are you going to have the resource, you're going to have a video of the teacher teaching a lesson using that strategy, that engagement strategy. So that's going to be really good. We're also looking at adding possible formative assessment ideas for each spoke of the wheel. So if you're using a technology activity or you're using a teach the class activity, we really want our teachers to plan formative assessments before, during, and after the lessons. We want that embedded assessment process throughout. So we're going to try to find some really neat formative assessments to link to that too. So we can say, if you use this strategy here, here's a good idea for a formative assessment to use when you use this strategy. So, and then back to what I said earlier about working with principals, we do a summer training. Our principals spend a week together training on all the things, that we need to prepare for the upcoming year. And that's something that Ms. Yance and the directors at Central Office can use this information then to build capacity in our principals, who can then build capacity with our teachers. So that's kind of our goal. Their next steps.
One thing that I want to add is that the engagement wheel, when we found it, it was so simple and so to the point. Our teachers fell in love with it, and that's what made it kind of spread, because all they have to do is look at that wheel and they score themselves. They look at how many of those spokes they hit during one lesson, and then they made goals to how to increase that and to do more. So we're just trying to provide them the resources so that they can increase the level of student engagement in their classroom. Any questions? Thank you.